All right. Well, went to the mall, which is open on 4th of July, with the daughter and the wife. I'm back. I have time enough for another karaoke practice, I hope. So this one is about a real trippy road trip I had in 2015 up north from San Francisco all the way to Vancouver in my Acura RSX with my ex-girlfriend. So this was a real trippy road trip. Why? Maybe I should close that door because the baby's sleeping. Alright, let me close that door and then get back to this. Alright. So tell you why it was a real trippy road trip. Well, we visited Bruce Lee and Brandon Bruce Lee's tombstone here. And I really concentrate on this. What I read on Brandon Bruce Lee's tombstone, because we don't know when we will die, we get to think of life as an inexhaustible well. Yet everything happens a certain number of times, and a very small number, really. How many more times will you remember a certain afternoon of your childhood? Some afternoon that's so deeply a part of your being that you can't even conceive of your life without it. Perhaps 4 or 5 times more. Perhaps not even that. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20. And yet it all seems limitless. This is not exactly what I would expect visiting the Lee's tombstones. I would expect something more about martial arts and stuff, but that is Brandon Bruce Lee's black tombstone. To the left is Bruce Lee's tombstone, and it says, your inspiration continues to guide us toward our personal liberation. Alright. Well, what's really interesting to me is the raven, or the crow, the blackbird's association with the freak accidents that claimed both these strong souls' lives, who had everything to live for in this world. It's scary. We are so fragile. Even Bruce Lee, us mere mortals. So during this real trippy road trip, I refuse to like eat and drink um, food and liquids during the entire trip up to yeah, Vancouver, or for long stretches. And my ex girlfriend was saying, 我男朋友不需要吃，不需要喝，要成仙了。Basically, my boyfriend's not eating, my boyfriend's not drinking. He's the Chinese idiom of a 成仙, which I think means becoming a divinity. But no, I'm a mere mortal. At Vancouver, when we got to the hotel, I threw up, man. I threw up so badly in the parking lot, and I felt like I couldn't even like get to the lobby of the hotel room. Um, um, so I was really messed up because of my somehow it's like I didn't feel hungry, I didn't feel thirsty. I just felt like, why don't I just see how long I can go like this? But by the time, yeah, I threw up so badly in that parking lot and barely made it that brief walk into the lobby of the hotel room. And when I finally got into the hotel room, I was messed up, man. I just wanted to sleep. I wanted to rest, and really, I just had a very strange, out of my normal rhythm and rhyme, in which I was really weak. I felt like I might have died, like in a freak accident, just like Bruce and Brandon Lee's tombstone, which was we got there around Seattle, and then that trip to Vancouver, it was like really really messed up, really messed up my system to not eat and drink for so long, just because I felt like it. Then in the hotel room, as we just went to the bed and just slept because yeah, because I was so messed up. And then that really got me in a different state of mind, and I was dreaming of like the three-eyed raven from Game of Thrones, because it was just at this very freaky real life. Two people are dead, and their loved ones will never see them alive again from freak accidents, from the most random thing. And I was feeling like I'm about to die because of my hubris and not wanting to eat or drink for so long in the car. I dreamed some really strange dreams. The three-eyed raven. I felt like the three-eyed raven is Sargeras or Sargeras from the Warcraft series, and I felt like the whole Game of Thrones was another example of the real God, who actually gave Archimonde and archangels these Abrahamic religions. Archimonde started that, but Archimonde's magic or technology is almost all from Sargeras or Sargeras in the Warcraft series. And what was very interesting was this god is talking in my I guess it is my first language. I was speaking Chinese at when I was 3.5, and before even going over here to San Francisco in China, in mainland China, and I just imagined this crow raven, the three-eyed raven, before the rest of the Game of Thrones kind of, you know, the later seasons of Game of Thrones is most people don't like as much as the earlier seasons, and I I was thinking of this three-eyed raven in my dreams, and I couldn't really sleep that night. I was just kind of in a limbo um, of imagining the three-eyed raven and Sargeras, and when I woke up, like, this is all getting kind of muddled. This was 2015, and it was different hotels. The hotel in around Seattle, I was already kind of walking around like I have all this kind of sleepless night thinking about the three-eyed raven and Sargeras, and that was the hotel in Seattle, and then the hotel in Vancouver, I want to say. I threw up. I was so messed up. Back in Seattle, I had the feeling of dang, dang. I saw so much of Mortal Kombat Conquest, the TV series, 1998, 1999, or 1997, and Quan Chi, and I was imagining some really strange things, like, I stepped from the bathroom to the bedroom, and I couldn't find my ex-girlfriend, and I turned around, she was right behind me. It was very strange, kind of eerie experiences, and well, I definitely felt Quan Chi from Mortal Kombat kind of in the nether realm where souls of the damned go for the dishonor, or the bad karma, or the evil they committed in this life. And Quan Chi owns those souls. And I had a strange feeling that Quan Chi was also there in that room with me and my ex-girlfriend. And I even bought a Cobalt shot drink from the Space Needle, knowing that Cobalt is Quan Chi's weakness, according to the TV series. But in reality, if there's a nether realm where the souls of the damned go, I don't think Quan Chi's just gonna broadcast his weakness to everyone. And I was thinking this is probably Cobalt strengthening Quan Chi's powers, because it's kind of silly to broadcast your Achilles heel to everyone. It's probably more trickery to pretend like that's your Achilles heel when it only makes you stronger. Anyway, I think that Quan Chi, I had this feeling that Quan Chi was there and questioning if Kai, that is myself, starts to try to do things like the Nazarene, but he's clearly not the Nazarene. And if Kai is trying to do things so that even the souls of the damned are resurrected and necromancied, then Quan Chi will not have any souls left in his ownership. Quan Chi questioning, and really questioning if that's going to happen, and if that happens, he's kind of screwed. But Quan Chi and the Nether Realm, these 9 hells and many heavens superpositioned over us in 3 space. I think in 4 space there's so many hells and heavens, and the Nether Realm being one type of hell. Quan Chi has to obey the rules of the elder gods, and kind of looking forward to such a revolution that even the souls of the damned in Netherrealm will be free and get another chance. And what's Quan Chi gonna do then? So I was thinking all these thoughts, and I'm glad I can finally verbalize these thoughts from 2015. Many years later here in 2023, I'm clearly saying what I was thinking, and that's many years. I've been through so much since that road trip. I would never have imagined that I would go through, and here I am in 2023 talking about this 2015 trippy road trip. So Quan Chi was just one part, and he was all over that part in that Seattle hotel room, and in that parking lot. I thought I saw, for the briefest moment, a kind of swirling. I thought I saw for the briefest moment that it was Gin Ichimaru from Bleach and showing off his sword. That's the briefest moment. I think it happens to a lot of people. You quickly look at a scene and quickly look before your eyes and brain really resolve the scene, and you think you see something. So I had a brief little moment like that. I thought it was Gin Ichimaru's sword, and Gin showing off his skills. I personally think that the Bleach anime should be talking about the Galactic Council and how 13 Gotei are these 13 leaders of civilizations, and in another brief moment I thought I was walking through this kind of glass museum in Seattle, or was it Vancouver, and I briefly looked back and I thought I saw Rukia Kuchiki just right there looking at me, and that lasted the briefest moment before my eyes resolved and saw that there was nothing there. It's like this. I was at a hack reactor class about JavaScript once, and the instructor was talking about JavaScript stuff, and he looks back, asks us our questions. For the briefest moment, I thought I saw like a black arm from hell being raised by one of the students. What's creepy though is the instructor pointed to that arm, and it was, but then a second later it disappeared, and it was like both me and the instructor seemed to see that arm. Anyway, these are all inconsequential, and I've had these kind of briefest moment things that are quite eerie to think about, but it's inconsequential. Meanwhile, these castles in the sky, these skyscrapers are standing there for all these years, not just some briefest moment. So anyway, to finish talking about most of these airy experiences on this trippy road trip, it was after I threw up, and then I was in that hotel room, and I could barely, barely stay awake or even stay alive almost. And I thought, in this messed up state, maybe there's like these Shinigami, these 13 strongest souls of the entire Milky Way galaxy there, and they are kind of messing with me. They messed me up so much that I was on the brink of death. I vomited everything in my intestines out, it seemed. I was even seeing Aizen in the sky, Sosuke Aizen in the sky. The in Final Fantasy VII, there's the Turks, and they're in suits, and this time one of the Turks had an eye in his center of his forehead, just like Aizen, Sosuke, and so that got me to throw up even more, or just got me more nauseated. I didn't throw up in the car, and so we were both asleep, me and my ex-girlfriend, and then, well, then I felt like they were all hooded, these 13 Shinigami, Gotei 13, and I felt kind of seeing them as a cartoon, and them kind of having a dialogue telepathically, and then and then I remember kind of stirring alive and stirring awake a little bit, and I felt like the innermost inner thing in my soul was being tested and distilled by the 13 strongest souls of the galaxy, all champions of their people, testing what was really deep down in my soul. And this song just was there, deep down in my soul. And I am a weeb, I guess. I hold on to anime in this dark, dark world in which I feel so many people get so disillusioned. And I met a person who, when I talked about Naruto, she just flipped out and said, "This is all fake. I've been through so much." Basically trying to convey that I'm a damned weeb and try to get out my weeb things, like Final Fantasy. And from this moment on, I originally saw it from this YouTuber's video, and it just played, and I thought I stirred awake and alive, and then that's what it was, and then the Shinigami Gotei 13 put me back to sleep, and then it was this, and then as I got stronger and we were able to get up, I started just playing the song on repeat on my phone, and just it was kept me going, and it got me stronger and stronger just listening to the song. and we had dinner, and finally my digestive system started to work again at the restaurant. For the briefest moment, I thought I saw Urahara Kasuke kind of superpositioned um, in his eyes of compassion and sympathy and caring and love, just looking at me. You know, for the briefest moment, I thought I saw Urahara Kasuke's eyes, kind of. But then I was really looking at my ex-girlfriend's eyes, and that briefest moment, scanner darkly, scanner lightly, illusion or phantasm of imagination disappeared. And so, yeah, this was supposed to be about karaoke practice, and look what I did with it. These two songs I feel like are so similar. They really remind me of each other. So from this moment on, it really works well with Final Fantasy X, in which Yuna is a Christ figure. She's literally trying to save the people from sin. So how much more close to Christianity do the words need to be for Final Fantasy? That line from Titus really plays in my mind. Titus says, Yuna, your words that day just are in my mind forever, where Yuna says, if we can beat sin for just one day, the people will have at least that one day of happiness. And Titus was just kind of daydreaming about that line in the narrative. Oh man. But sin always comes back. Yuna is ready to beat sin every single day that she can, so that the people can have just those days to revel in the sun like this beautiful July 4th. Well, I saw some kind of Chinese movie in which it was very similar. The hero was a girl, and she develops all these technologies through her journey defeating this great evil. And I just remember scenes. I don't remember even the name of the movie, but I just remember the scenes in the end. This girl has to be, oh man, like Rey from Star Wars, she has to be the champion of her people. When male puberty and male testosterone, it's controversial that transgender female to male or male to female can compete in female sports. This girl has to be, in this Chinese movie, the champion of her people, and she has to beat this great evil 1v1. I don't know, I get even choked up right now talking about it. And the way Yuna has to do that as a girl is it's almost too much to think about. It's like Mulan Star. Like, there's never been actually a real Mulan. That is all fiction, but I see a bunch of really strong women who are better than me at running a mile, or probably can do more pull-ups than me. Like, there's definitely a lot of strong examples of girls being able to be that champion of humankind. Sorry, I don't know I did not think that would get me all kind of emotional and kind of choked up. But this song, and I started from here because the AMV starts from here. Basically, I thought of this as Yuna's victory. From this moment, humankind, humankind does not have to suffer of karma coming back around, justice coming back around. Reincarnated as an Ichneumon wasp's victim, a caterpillar's victim in that essay I wrote about Stephen Jay Gould's non-moral nature. When humans reincarnate as caterpillars to be tortured to death because of all the souls they tortured in their life, why couldn't Stephen Jay Gould just take this concept of karma and reincarnation and be able to fathom the gods in that article of his? Let me go for this. From this moment, life has begun. From this moment, you are the one right beside you. It's where I belong. From this moment on. From this moment, I have been blessed. I live only for your happiness and for your love. I'd give my last breath. From this moment on, I give my hand to you with all my heart. Can't wait to live my life with you. I can't wait to start. You and I will never be apart. My dreams came true because of you. From this moment, as long as I live, I will love you. I promise you this, there is nothing I wouldn't give. From this moment on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're the reason I believe in love. You're the answer to my prayers from up above. All we need is just the two of us. My dreams came true because of you. Whew. I did not think I'd get this choked up. From this moment, as long as I live, I will love you. I promise you this, there is nothing I wouldn't give from this moment on. I will love you as long as I live from this moment on. Ooh, For all those times you stood by me, all the truth you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life, for all the wrong that you made right, for every dream you made come true, for all the love I found in you. I'll be forever thankful, baby. You're the one who held me up, never let me fall. You're the one who saw me through it all. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me. Lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believed. I'm everything I am because you loved me. You gave me wings and made me fly. You touched my hand, I could touch a sky. I lost my faith, you gave it back to me. You said no star was out of reach. You stood by me and I stood tall. I had your love, I had it all. I'm grateful for each day you gave me. Maybe I don't know that much, but I know this much is true. I was blessed because I was loved by you. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me. Lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believed. I'm everything I am because you loved me. Whew. You were always there for me, the tender wind that carried me, light in the dark, shining your love into my life. You've been my inspiration, Through the lies you were the truth. Our world is a better place because of you. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me, lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believed. I'm everything I am because you loved me. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me, lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believed. I'm everything I am because you loved me. I'm everything I am because you loved me. Alright, don't know how much more I want to pack into this one karaoke practice. I think that's long enough. Lord knows many of us don't have time to watch long YouTube videos. So I am clicking stop streaming now.